Welcome back to a brand new video of From the Shed End with myself, TDOT. As always, thank you very much for joining me. Now, before we get into the content, please make sure you subscribe to the channel. There's a link in the description, the Linktree link. Make sure you hit that. Make sure you smash that. Make sure you smash the like button and also the notification bell on Spotify and Apple Podcasts as well. Short video, little update around some of the things that's happened around Chelsea. Looking forward to that Luton game in a couple of days as well. But I just want to start with some news that came out today around Mudryk, who apparently has not trained today at Cobham. We don't know why. We don't know what's happened to him. Has he been injured? We don't know. We don't know what's happened to Mudryk. One thing that we do know is he needs to up his game. He needs to up his game. And he needs to do that quickly as well. He's not in training. Very strange to not be at Cobham. Is he injured? We don't know. But he's someone that we clearly need to be playing. If you watched the live stream the other night, you'll see that myself and Theo, we think that we need to have someone like Mudryk putting in the effort. We paid a lot of money for him. He's come with a lot of expectation. So we need to see what he can do. But if he's not even training, then that tells you a lot. And you only have to go and look at his socials. You know, he's very much a TikTok influencer, if you want to call it that. But we need to see more from Mudryk. Whether he's injured, we don't know. But one player that still isn't training and has obviously not started for us, and we probably expected to see him on Sunday's game against West Ham, was Lavia. Apparently, Lavia is in contention to make his debut for Chelsea on Friday against Luton. One player that I feel that we do need in that squad on Friday. We can't afford to go into that game and not have Lavia in the team, even coming off the bench. Obviously, he hasn't trained with us a lot. He's missed a lot of training as well, I think, for Southampton. He didn't start their opening game against Sheffield Wednesday, if I recall. I don't even think he came on. But we need Lavia in that team. We need to, for me personally, and I'll touch on this later on in a later video in the week, but for me personally, we need to go back to the 4-2-3-1 formation that we played throughout the preseason. Yes, we don't have Lukaku in the team to be able to play as at 10, but I still think we can do that. I still think we have the players there to do that. This is sort of three at the back. You know, Chilwell playing left wing back, Malo Gusto playing right wing back. Malo Gusto didn't even bump forward against West Ham. We were playing sort of one that was tracking back, and Malo Gusto was the more defensive wing back, and Ben Chilwell was more the attacking offensive wing back. It just didn't work, and we haven't done that throughout pre-season. So I'm not sure why we're doing it now. I'm not sure what kind of understanding there is from Pochettino to play that formation, but clearly the back of the games that we've watched now, Liverpool, West Ham, it hasn't worked. We need to do something better. We need to do more. And I think going back to the 4-2-3-1 will suit us. It will suit Nicholas Jackson more. Obviously, there's a question mark now about Lukaku being in that 10, but like I said, we've got players that can play there. We've got a lot of players in that squad that we can utilise even before the window shuts. Obviously, there's a lot of talk about us going back out and trying to get, you know, an attacker, another striker. We've just signed another goalkeeper. You know, people are still talking about we might need another 10. So yeah, I agree with all of that. I think we need more depth in quality. But let's get the formation right first. Let's not play just because we don't have certain players. You know, Badia Shield isn't in the team, so we're going to play Levi Colwell and De Zerze and Thiago Silva as free centre-backs. I mean, let's be honest, there's a lot of panic around Chelsea fans at the moment, rightfully so. But we're 2 games into a season. So whilst I understand the panic, whilst I understand the frustration, I don't get it. I don't get the panic right now, actually. I don't get that. And I think we need to be a bit more calmer as fans. I think we need to calm down, understand that we're 2 games into a season. Yes, we didn't lose to Liverpool. We played well against Liverpool and West Ham in spells. But I feel Luton is a team where we can't have those excuses, but we still don't need to panic as well. I think we just need to give the manager the time to get the job done. This is not Graham Potter. This is a manager that's taken Spurs to second and third to finals, to going to PSG. Look what he done at Southampton as well. So I don't think this is for me, this is a team that I would trust someone like Graham Potter with. But with Mauricio Pochettino, you can see the things that we're trying to do, and anyone who watched the pre-season games will be able to see that as well. there's things that we're doing differently from what we were having to watch under Graham Potter, Frank Lampard to Maurizio Pochettino. All those things are changing. So for me personally now, I want to see Maurizio Pochettino given the time to get this team right. Not panic stations, not from the players, not from the fans. I don't want any trigger, knee-jerk reactions from the board in terms of any changes. I think let's just look at the team, assess what we need, and that's why the window is still open, so we can go back and look at what we need to bring in, and let's just go from there. I think all this panicking and blaming Caicedo and it's all. Let's just all calm down and let's stop being spoiled Chelsea fans for a minute and realise that this is actually a squad that we're building. And when you build something, it's going to take time to get it to where you actually want it to be. So let's stop all the panic stations and let's just relax, calm down, and let's see how things pan out. Because let's be honest, I mean, if you remember under Conte as well, I think it was after the Arsenal game, it's only then that Conte changed it to the wing-back system. We were playing with four at the back. He changed to a wing-back system after that defeat to Arsenal a couple of years ago. And we went on to win the league that year. So for me personally, I don't think we need to panic. I just think we need to be patient. And yeah, we need to bring in a couple more reinforcements. And I'm sure the club, the technical directors, the scouts are looking at those people now, looking at the analytics and the data. But we just need to be calm. I don't think we need to panic. And all I keep seeing, and I haven't been on socials recently, but when I do go on there, I just see panic. I look at YouTube videos, big platforms that have got big followings and loads of subscribers, and they're just talking rubbish, panicking. Like, we don't need to panic. We don't need to get into the stage of being like Arsenal fans and panicking. I just think we need to calm down and assess things game by game. Now, should we lose to Luton? Should we lose to some of the fixtures that we've got coming up? I think Forest as well. Then yeah, okay, we need to start thinking, okay, this isn't working, let's change something. But if we're playing the same system and the system isn't working, then I do have to sort of look at the manager, because you're the one picking the team, you're the one putting the players out there at Cobham and training with them every day, and you're putting out these players to play a particular way that you want them to play. And if that isn't working, then it's down to the manager to make sure that he changes something that then works for us in our favour. So got to look at that first of all. But we'll see. We're going to do a separate video later on, maybe tomorrow, maybe Friday morning, about Luton. Big game coming up on Friday. But one thing before I leave this video, I want to talk about Romelu Lukaku. There has been no change according to Chelsea owners, according to Maurizio Pochettino. Romelu Lukaku does not have a place at Chelsea, which is a good thing. We spoke about it on our live stream the other night with myself and Theo. Look, my aim, my whole thing is to get Lukaku off the books. No loans, get him off the books. So if we can do that, great, but we're running out of time now. So I think Roma came in. Roma won a loan deal for him, but I don't want any loans. I want him to be off the books permanently. I don't want any options or mandatories, anything. I just want him gone this season. So if we can get him off the books, great, because I really feel like we should be going in for Ivan Toney. We should be putting the feelers out there from now and going in for him in January. I think he can play from the 17th of January, which is when his ban's lifted. And yeah, I mean, we still have Armando Broja to come back, Nicholas Jackson as well. But I do think Lukaku is a massive piece to the puzzle. Who comes in the next 10 days or so, who's going to come in, is all down to who we can get off the books. Obviously, Hakim Ziyech is one of those that's gone. But Lukaku, the big one, £335,000 a week off the books would be a blessing for us as well. And I think if we can bring in the key players, you know, another midfielder, another striker, you know, you're talking about even still saving money in terms of wages potentially as well. So, yeah, we've got to get him off the books in the next 10 days. But it's good to see that there's a massive, clear communication from the board, from the owners, from the manager, from the players, not being disrupted. Apparently, he's training away with the development squad as well. So there's no disruption from Lukaku. Lukaku's keen that he doesn't want to be at the club as well. So it's a win-win. We have to see how that pans out. I'm sure there will be a lot of twists and turns from now until the end of the window. But like I said at the start, please make sure you go and check out the Spotify podcast that we have. If you hit the link in the description, that will take you straight to the podcast and all our social accounts as well. Thank you very much for watching this video. As I said, we'll have another preview video coming out before kickoff against Luton on Friday, so make sure you check that out as well. From the shed end, until next time, thank you very much. We'll be back soon.